Well, Kwesi Adofo Mensah officially spoke in front of the media yesterday, and it was a lot to kind of digest and kind of work through. But basically, it was all about the quarterback situation. What are we going to do with, the JJ McCarthy or with JJ McCarthy? Are we going to, is he going to be the starter? Are we still pursuing Aaron Rodgers? What is the route that Minnesota is taking? And basically, it all boils down to we want JJ McCarthy to be the starter. So let's get right into it. Before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that is in the comments section. Hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a small discount on your purchase. They have NFL helmets, college helmets, fully customizable ones, and they also have the replica helmets, the big ones, not just the mini ones. So if that's something you would like, feel free to hit that link in the comments section, or it is in the description. Okay, and use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a small discount on your purchase. And if they already have a deal going on, you can actually stack that promo code to receive even more off of that final price. So let's get into it. Aaron Rodgers is still unsigned, and despite some rumblings of a potential pairing with the Minnesota Vikings, it sounds as if that's going to happen. Just ask Vikings general manager Kwesi Adofo Mensah, who spoke plenty on the matter just yesterday. He said, or Adolfo Mensah explained that right now, given all of our scenario planning, we're happy with our room, and obviously we're going to talk a lot about JJ McCarthy. But Brett Rippon, who is someone we brought in last offseason, we thought made a lot of great decisions, quick decision-making, processing, and better athlete than people give him credit for, and or accurate passer, so we're excited about him. And we're always going to keep looking to see if we can upgrade that position, just like every other position. He might be a better athlete than people give him credit for. Okay, talking about Brett Rippon, he's not a backup quarterback. I just don't think he's a number two. I wouldn't feel comfortable putting him out there and basically giving him the reins to help our team stay alive. I don't know about you guys, but that's just not what I would do. I don't think he's a solid back. I mean, he probably could be a solid backup, but there's better options. We have to go look for those. Okay, now it's relatively standard talk from a GM, but Adolfo Mensah was pressured to elaborate on how he viewed Rodgers in relation to JJ McCarthy, last year's first-round pick who missed his rookie season due to a preseason knee injury. Would Rodgers be seen as competition or just a veteran backup? Mensah told reporters that you want to solve for a lot of things. You want competition. You want ability to play if they're not the starter. All those different things. You're just trying to solve for a lot of different dynamics. I'm not going to say that specific to Aaron, just generally what you're trying to accomplish in the decision. Okay, so he's kind of staying away from that a little bit. He's saying, yeah, of course we want competition. Of course, that's what every room needs. Quarterback room, wide receiver room, running back room, everybody or every room needs competition is basically what he's saying. It's kind of a cliche answer. Now, if Rodgers were to join the Vikings, he'd complete the career path laid by Brett Favre. But unlike Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers isn't viewed as a franchise-saving option. Not with JJ McCarthy, whose presence convinced Minnesota to let Sam Darnold walk in free agency earlier this month on the roster. That might be enough to convince the Vikings it isn't worth pursuing Rodgers. The 41-year-old, meanwhile, might not be interested in signing where he'd be seen as a backup, equipped with experience to step in when needed. Mensah also said this, I think we got to a place where we just said everybody was transparent, but right now we feel good about where we're going, and that's really how it ended. It's ultimately up to him. Okay, talking about Rodgers. It's hard to talk about a player who's not under contract for our team and who isn't a member of this team. It's ultimately up to him what he decides to do with his future, but that's kind of where we left it. So that tells you right then and there, we spoke to him. We spoke to Aaron Rodgers. That is what Mensah or Kwesi Adofo Mensah is basically saying. Look, we reached out. It's up to him now. Okay, we're just seeing where his head's at, basically. That's kind of what it is basically what he is saying. It's like, hey, we would love to talk about people that are in our team, but for right now, it's up to Rodgers. So basically, they're saying we table these conversations. He went on to say, I know Kevin O'Connell and him talking about Rodgers have a great relationship still. They're still have a relationship and keep talking, but right now I'm focused on the two players that are in our room right now in my personal process going forward. So he's basically saying, hey, look, Kevin and Rodgers have a great relationship, but right now we're only focused on the two people in our room. If that were to change, obviously we'll be focused on him as well. So he's given a lot of cliche, what you want to hear type answers, which makes a lot of sense. Okay. You don't want to give away any of your, you don't want to give away any tricks of the trade, if you will. Okay. Now, as Rodgers continues to mull his future with the team, it appears with his most likely destination is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Vikings are keeping their eyes trained on their 2024 first rounder, JJ McCarthy. They won't anoint him the starter yet. McCarthy said last week he has not been informed that he's quarterback one, but they sure sound eager to watch him earn the job. Adofo Mensah said, you guys all talk in terms of quarterback one and all those conversations, different things like that. When we pool the resources we did to draft JJ and you go through that long process and all those things, I can't stand up here and say that's not. That's the outcome we want. And that's the outcome we're headed towards at every checkpoint, whether it's been the draft process or practice until the injury or really the offseason now. He's met the bar. He's exceeded our expectations at every point. And so I don't have the ability to tell you what the future is, but I can tell you what I expect to be the outcome this offseason from the competition. But it's also our job to set up a quarterback room that's going to be able to have great ideas, and prepare whoever it is to play, but also provide insurance in case someone needs to come in for a couple games. And that's our job as a personnel department, is to look at all those options out there and make sure we're setting ourselves up for the best case that we can. Okay. Again, a lot of cliche answers, but it's what you want to hear. It's like, hey, right now, you guys all talk about quarterback one and then quarterback, 2 and 3 and all this other stuff, but who cares? Who cares about that? We know what we want. We know what the future looks like. There's a reason they haven't named JJ McCarthy the starter yet, because they're not 100% sure what the quarterback room is going to look like in the coming days and the coming weeks. They have no idea yet. They probably have a good indication of what they want to do, but what if they did reach out and offer a contract to Aaron Rodgers? They're just waiting on him to return their message, if you will, say yes or no. And if he says yes, I'm sorry, but Rodgers is the starter. Whether you like it or not, you can hate Rodgers all you want. He'd be the starter instantly. JJ would have to wait another year unless Rodgers starts, sucking. Then JJ would come in, obviously. But if Rodgers doesn't sign, boom, it's the JJ McCarthy era immediately. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can go sign Joe Flacco. You can go sign Ryan Tannehill. You can go sign Sam Howell, Carson Wentz, whoever you want that's in free agency. But the reality is it'd be JJ McCarthy's team. I think Rodgers is going to go to Pittsburgh. As soon as Russell Wilson signed with the Giants, I knew Rodgers was to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's just kind of set in stone. But right now, nothing's been said. So there's still that chance. But as of right now, they're not naming a quarterback one. But they do say, we want JJ McCarthy to be our starter. What does that mean? Does that mean this year? Does that mean next year? Does it mean halfway through this season? When does that mean? They don't know, but they do know eventually he's going to be our starting quarterback. Just a matter of when and how. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your day, folks, and Skol Vikes.